Welcome to the Inspire Collective podcast, where our goal is to inspire Christian men and women in the marketplace with all they need to positively influence those around them for God's kingdom. My name is Chris Bowen, and today we're sitting down with Major League Baseball player Niko Goodrum. Currently on the Detroit Tigers team, Niko aims to make an impact on the field with his play and off the field with his community service-based organization, Do Good Things Incorporated. Today, we'll discuss his experience in the league and how he founded his nonprofit. So let's get started. Well, we welcome everyone to the Inspire Collective podcast. And as always, we're finding some very unique, some very talented people to bring to you on entrepreneurship, business owners, and people who are just impacting the world. And today we have a very special treat for you. Niko Goodrum is here with us today. Niko, good to see you, sir.
Hey, same to you.
We know this is going to be an exciting interview. We have a lot of people that are big into sports, and so it's exciting to hear about you. But maybe some viewers that we have don't know what all that you do. So for our listeners, we want them to know that those that maybe don't watch Major League Baseball, that you're really big in the MLB. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So, yes, got drafted in 2010 out of high school to the Minnesota Twins, and from there I played 8 years with them. And then now I've been with the Tigers, been in the big leagues for 5 years with the Tigers. And it's been going good. You know, you're living out your dream, something that you had when you were younger, and you set your goals on doing that, and it actually happens. And a lot of people don't get to experience that. So it's been a true blessing to be able to, live out your dream.
Yeah. And we're really watching you do that, Niko, through so many lenses. It's exciting to see that you're not just building your career, but you're inspiring so many people along the way. And we always love to watch that on screen and wherever you're at in interviews. It's always really exciting. So you were drafted by the Minnesota Twins. And in 2017, as you said, you went to the Detroit Tigers. Tell us a little bit about the transition. Was it difficult to transition from one to the other? Tell us a little bit about that and about the experience.
Well, it's similar to if you were to go from one high school to the next, and then you're a new kid, right? And so it's the same. It's the same thing with that. You know what you're doing. The same way in school, you know you're going there to learn. Baseball, you know what you're doing, right? And so The only thing that's different is there's new faces around, and people don't know you yet, and so you're just a new guy, on the block, and then you just make your way about, meeting people and, just getting to know your coaches and teammates and staff. And, it's a little transition, but it's not too difficult.
Sure. Well, we know in life there's lots of transitions. And I remember you all the way back from 2008. I'm sure you probably don't remember me. You were very focused. I owned a batting cage in Fayetteville, Georgia, and you would come in with your dad and you guys would hit balls for a long period of time. Yep. I remember you from there. And it's exciting now to watch the big screen and see you there. And I'm thinking, wow, maybe that little business had a little piece of that.
It did. It definitely did.
It was exciting. Your dad went on to actually buy that and to have the batting cage. So I know that's had to be really phenomenal for your family to watch the success as well. Absolutely. So can you tell us a little bit about your journey that you went through to get into the MLB?
Oh man, it was so much focus as a high schooler that you really can't explain it, because if you want to be, especially you can go professional at a high school. Mm-hmm. And we're the only sport now that you can do that with, and the dedication, the focus that you have to have in order to do that, because a lot of kids in high school want to, maybe go to parties and, their attention is somewhere else, where video games now, everything is crazy, social media. It wasn't that way for us in 2008. And so it was a lot of focus. My dad was on top of me. My mom was on top of me. My family was a collective thing of keeping me in line and keeping me focused on what I wanted to do, because I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And at that age, a lot of kids don't know that. And you have adults still now that's in their 20s that don't really know what they want to do. And so lucky for me, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And I didn't go to homecoming. I didn't go to any party. I barely was able to go to basketball games. But that sacrifice was worth it because I knew exactly what it was going to take. My dad knew what it was going to take for me to get drafted. And so from there, workouts, the late nights of staying up, working out, trying to perfect your swing. My dad researching on how to become better, how to get faster, how to get stronger, what the scouts are looking for. So it was it was a long process. It was me taking naps, going from one game, take a nap on the way to another game, get up, play, perform, go to showcases, go to MLB workouts. It was just tough. And then you add in, you had to get your training in, you had to get your rest in, you had to get the proper meals in. And so it's basically you're getting pro treatment yourself. That this is the way we do now is get up in the morning, have breakfast. I just got back from training. So I had to go work out this morning. And then you recover your body and just focus on your body because this makes your money. And so, coming up through from 2008 all the way to 2010 was just a blur almost because it happened so fast and certain things that you wanted to get going because my first thing I wanted to do was get a scholarship. So my parents didn't have to pay because I saw them pay for my brother to get through Auburn. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that to them. So I wanted to make sure I got a scholarship. And from there, things just boom, it happened. I blew up so fast and then got drafted in the second round as a shortstop for the Twins. And but the dedication and focus and that it takes to do that is just off the charts. And if any kid wants to do that, that's what it takes. It doesn't take just halfway in, halfway out. You have to be totally committed to what you're doing if you want to make that dream happen.
Wow. And I think a key word that you said, Niko, was sacrifice. People don't really realize, the sacrifices that someone to play for the Major League Baseball the way that you have. The sacrifice you had to pay, like you said, proms, dances, different things. We were at the batting cage. You were working out. You were doing a strategy plan early in your life. And thank goodness that you had somebody as well behind you, your parents really pushing you and motivating your dream. I notice now that you also still do that for a lot of young people. You seem to be very impactful in so many young people's lives. You have a lot of fans out there that are watching you, that are excited about what you're doing. So what would you say to somebody today that wants to do something big, but they're just not willing to sacrifice? Because it does take a lot of sacrifice. What could you say to motivate them to sacrifice, to really live the big picture and to live their dream?
Look at their family. Look how hard your parents work.
Yeah.
Just to be able to keep the lights on at the house.
Yeah.
And so I always had some fire in me that drove me to want to be great at something. And that's the biggest thing is no matter what it is, if it's sports or if you want to be a scientist, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a dentist, whatever you want to be, you really have to just, like I said, sacrifice the first thing. You have to sacrifice that time, but also you have to push towards that.
Right.
Every single day is pushing towards whatever you want to do. This is your dream. This is what you want to go. And that should be enough fire if it's your dream.
Yeah.
And then the difficult times will come up. But with those difficult times, you just have to keep pushing through it because they come up in whatever you're doing, any situation, any job, anything you want to do is going to be an obstacle in front of you. That's going to be there that you got to get through. And that doesn't mean give up on what you're trying to do.
Right.
Because it's easy to give up. Right. But the ones that you see, the ones that you're seeing that are great, if you want to take an athlete, if you want to take Bezos with Amazon, like if you're taking these guys, anytime they got tough, they continue to go through it. Because it's tough on everybody.
Right.
The ones that are great just get through that tough part, where majority of the people just stop once it gets tough.
Right.
Right. So if anybody has that dream that they want to, anything they want to accomplish, they have it. And they want to do something, you have to keep pushing through those hard times. And that's one thing that, for me, I almost took it as a challenge. Things got hard. You're not going to beat me.
Right.
Whatever it is, if it's a defender in front of me, if it's a pitcher, if it's a situation, if it's my mentality, if it's my emotions, whatever it is, I took it as a challenge to myself to say, you're not going to beat me.
Yeah.
And so from there, it allowed me to keep pushing through. And then prayer, my relationship with God. That
Right.
was key. That was instilled in me at a young age, me and my brother. And then from there, just built my relationship up with God. And that's a daily thing. And so, just my dream was just let it, like what I wanted to do. I wouldn't be defeated. And I went through seven, I went through 8 years of the minor leagues. And so then at certain times, anyone that's played baseball knows how hard of a game it is, as
Mhm.
well as 8 years you sit there and say, am I going to make it?
Mm.
I can't sit here and say I didn't question.
Sure.
Was I going to make it or not? All I knew was from 12 years old, I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't want to sit at a desk. That was just for me. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to play baseball. And so
Mhm.
I owed it to my 12-year-old self to keep going,
Wow.
our family to keep going, the sacrifices they made. Now I have a family now. And so I come home and look at my family. I'm like, I owe it to them. Every
Mhm.
day that I go through those tough workouts, to this day, today,
Yeah.
that was my thought. My family, like, I have to feed
Wow.
Miles, right? I got
Yeah.
to feed Miles, and that helped me get through that fifth set on my third circuit that I just had to go through. I'm on my
Wow.
last circuit on my fifth set. I have
Mhm.
three. I have three exercises. I'm on that fifth set, and I'm just like, how am I gonna make it? And then
Yeah.
boom, your dream, my family. And so, if any kid needs help getting to that point, that's what it was for me. I reached back for certain things that
Mhm.
motivated me to just keep going. I hope that answered the question. It was long.
Absolutely. The
Okay.
intensity that you show on the field as well as off the field, Niko, is quite impressive. And that's one of the reasons I really wanted to have you featured in the Inspire magazine that's coming up. And we're really excited to have you on this podcast because to me, it's baseball for you, but it's so much bigger than that. You can see the intensity on the field. You can see your heart, your compassion that you share. And I know my son was kind of competitive with you. I think he was a year older than you and different school, high school kind of thing. He went on, he was hoping to be Major League Baseball, which he didn't, but he has been coached at two universities now, basically head coach one and another. And so watching you guys really fulfill the dream and the passion, it's something that's birthed in you, something that you show very well. And so that's commendable. So let's move forward to 2018. You donated 1,440 cases of water to Flint, Michigan. So what inspired you to do that? That's a lot of water.
Yeah. Once I signed with the Tigers in the off season, I went to my mom's house one day, and she was watching Lifetime, as a lot of women do.
Uh-huh.
And I just stopped. I was like, what are you watching? And she said, I'm watching this Flint movie, and it had just came out. And it was, about the water situation. And for the people that don't know, is that Flint had a lot of lead, and their water wasn't safe, and it was, killing people. It was making people lose hair. It was
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of terrible things to the body if you know anything about lead. And that was in their water, and they're drinking that. And you got to do so much with water: shower in it, cook your food in it, drink it, and it was just a terrible thing that was going on in the situation. And um, I told my mom that, once I get up there, I'm gonna do something for Flint,
Mm-hmm.
and that sparked it. And I kept my word on it, on what I told my mom, and that was just something that I wanted to do. Um, and so that's where it started. And I got with our PR with Detroit, and I told them, hey, I'm not making $10 million. I wasn't even making $1 million at that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I needed some way, and I didn't have my foundation yet. And
Mm-hmm.
so I said, I'm coming out my pocket for it. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. I didn't have any support. I didn't have anybody. This is what I wanted to try to do. And so from there, it just every year now. So from 2018, I said, Flint needs help.
Mm-hmm.
Until someone steps up and, says, okay, yeah, this still is a problem. And I saw it was still a problem. It was still an issue. And the people that are in Michigan know it's still an issue. But
Right.
for the people that, like, I'm in Georgia, we think it's over with because we don't see it on TV anymore. We don't
Right.
see the
Right.
the movies or the TV shows about it, but it's still an issue. And I've been there, going to my fifth year, and it's still an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something that, when we talk about your purpose and being bigger than entertainment, that's for me. Like I don't want to just be categorized as entertainment because that gets old, right?
Right.
And one day we can't play. And so how do you help people? What we do, entertainment gets you away from real problems. And so you may come to the game, but you still have to go home and drink that water, right?
Right.
So that was for me just some way I could give back and I can try to help the situation that's going on and so they don't have to try to drink that water.
Wow. We are today at the Inspire Collective podcast talking to Niko Goodrum, formerly with the Minnesota Twins, today with the Detroit Tigers since 2017. And we know that he is inspiring you today. And that's what we're about, is inspiring people to be the best that you can be. That's what the Inspire magazine's about. That's what we do here at the podcast. So we hope that you're really, really hearing the words coming out of Niko's mouth and you're really taking it to heart, because he's not just a baseball player. He's making a difference. And at the same time, he's living his dream. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I am #living_my_dream. It's good to be connected with people that are living their dream. So we know that you was talking about not really having a foundation, but now you do. You're the president and CEO and founder of Do Good Things, Inc. So what is the purpose of the organization and why did you create Do Good Things Incorporated?
Well, it started it was something I wanted to do because, like I said, in 2018, I was coming out of my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I did that, and I say probably a month later, I received 2 checks from random people in Michigan that wanted to donate.
Mm.
And I looked at our PR guys like, hey, what am I supposed to do with these checks? Because I don't have anywhere to put them. And so from there, I had a teammate named Matt Boyd that had a foundation, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's what I need to do. And then fast forward to 2020, we made it happen because we had a lot of time. Spring training got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when it sparked up and we got it started. And the purpose of it is any need that we can find in the community, wherever I'm at, if it's Georgia, Michigan, wherever there is a need, if it's me trying to figure out how I'm gonna help, Cuba, or if it's Miami, like hurricanes, wherever the need is at, I'm trying to find a way to help and do a good thing in there. And so that's how it started. That's what we're trying to do. That's our goal. We have a camp, like I said, on the 13th, and we're incorporating what I do, which is baseball. Mm-hmm. But that's not what the foundation is about. It's about trying to find a need in the community that we can try to help improve what's going on. And like I said, on the 13th, we have the camp at Fayetteville County High School. And that's just to try to get my MLB friends to come in and help and let the kids actually be able to, touch an MLB player, because that's something that I want to do and I wasn't able to do. And, looking back, I would have took advantage of that situation because of things that they could have done for my career. And some of the bumps I wouldn't have to have gone through if I could have got just this word of advice from them, and so we're just trying to give back, and that's the main goal any way we can, and like I said, do a good thing.
So in the Do Good Things Inc. that you're going to be doing at Fayetteville High School, now that's the school that you actually graduated from, is that correct?
Yes.
Wow. So you're going back to the place that you actually played ball. What do you think the atmosphere is going to be there when now someone that's professional in playing ball goes into these high school kids that have a dream to be where you are? What kind of impact do you really expect to happen on that day?
We're gonna see, because some kids will be 10, and so at that point, some kids will be looking like, "Oh my gosh," they don't want to say nothing, right? But then you have the older kids that are gonna be locked in, and the younger kids that are locked in, then you say, "Okay, that one's gonna be, that one might turn into being who knows what," because to lock in at 10, 11 years old is tough, as we all know, and so it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of information. We're going to have a silent auction going. There's going to be food. There's going to be some music. It's going to be a good time. It's baseball. You're learning about baseball. You're having fun. It's a kid's game, right? And that's one thing that, as we're in the locker room getting ready for a game, I try to remind myself that I'm an adult playing a kid's game. So where does it, so that kind of takes away some of the stress away, and just go out there and have fun. So it's going to be a great event. The kids are going to be able to see a lot of guys. They're going to be excited to see Anderson Simmons. He's been an Atlanta Brave.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, 5-6 years he was in Atlanta Brave. So it's, they're going to be a great faces. Byron Buxton will be there. He's from Georgia. Kill Badu, he's from Georgia. Dash Cameron, that's Mike Cameron's son. He's from
Yeah.
Georgia. A lot of Georgia guys, right? So it's going to be a great event that, we're going to be able to give back. And we have a lot of information because I've been playing for 13 years professional, and it's
Yeah.
just willing to give back. And I want these kids to be able to get it because I didn't get it.
Wow. So paying it forward, you're actually starting something that you didn't get that you desired, and now you're trying to reach out and give. And there's something about that principle, the law of sowing and reaping, and even what you're doing in Flint, now what you're doing back at Fayette High School on the 13th of this month. Great things are happening, and I think that's what it's all about. And that's why, Inspire, that's why we exist, is we really want to inspire people to be their best and to not just hoard it up, but to share it with everybody else. And Niko, you're a great representation of that. And so we're excited, and we want people to support that. Do Good Things Inc. And we'll also give the website to that, dogoodthingsinc.org. You can connect to your site. So that's a good place for people to go and see what you're doing. Again, you're going to be featured in our magazine. There's going to be several pages on you, and we're excited about where the magazine's going and the people that's connecting to that. And we really want to push this organization. Again, dogoodthingsinc.org. Make sure you log into that and see what all Niko is doing. So is there any other places that you can direct our listeners to today other than dogoodthings.inc? Is there some other maybe places they could go to find out more about you and what you're doing?
Yeah, they can go to our Instagram. The Instagram is Do Good Things 28.
Do Good Things
28, the number 2 and number 8.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, they can search us for us on there and follow us on there, and we'll be posting all our footage. This will be our first event. We also just did a for the RBI in Detroit. So we'll be having posts from there. So we're just trying to make things happen. Like I said, we did the water. The Tigers actually backed us with the water this year, so that was a great contribution. Mr. Illich did it. He did his thing with that one. We definitely appreciate him for that. Like I said, my teammates definitely. My teammates always support. So you guys can catch us on Instagram as well as the website, and everything. All the information will be on Instagram as well for the website too.
Okay. We have viewers and listeners literally all around the world. We'll be interviewing somebody tonight from Australia. So we have people listening around the world, and we're really excited about that. So what would you say would be, if maybe somebody's really wanting to help out with you and your organization, what is a way that they can contribute to really make those dreams come true and to really help somebody? Because people are looking for places to sow good seed. And I really think, Niko, your organization, your nonprofit is one of those places that people could sow into, knowing that it's going into the right hands, doing the right thing. So if somebody wanted to help, what would be the biggest asset that you would need for them to be able to reach out and help you?
I would say first check out the website, and then whatever your heart tells you to do. I'm not a guy that's going to press anyone, but we're just trying to do things in the community to help someone else. As a nonprofit, we don't take, there's not any profit for us. Is everything goes into the foundation to give back. And so from there, you can just go to the website and you'll see a donate tab. And the donate tab, once you click, you have a couple options there where it can be for water, it can be for your sign up for the fundamentals camp that's happening on the 13th, or it can be for other. And every time we're having an event, there will be a new tab for that event. But if you want to just donate to the foundation, then you just select the other tab, and then you put your information in, and then you'll get a receipt for it. And that receipt will be for your write-off, come tax time, which will benefit everyone. But that's how you guys can support. Just check out the website.
Okay, now you was talking about the baseball fundamentals camp that's coming up. Would there be maybe some kids out there that can't afford to go that would desire to go? That maybe somebody could sponsor some kids so that no one's left out, that everybody could attend. Is that something they could also support you in as well?
Yes, and that'll be in the description
Okay.
once you sign up and you're signing up to donate. You put in the description that you're just putting this money into sponsor, that you don't actually have a child there, and from there, if they have someone in mind that they want that's in Georgia, then they'll put their name there as well. But from there, if there is not a name there, then we'll take that and allow a kid that could not afford it to be blessed by that and enjoy the camp.
Absolutely. So lots of ways that you can support this foundation. And we hope that you guys really log in to dogoodthingsinc.org and find out all the details about that. I know there's many listeners out there that are dreaming, know somebody that, they want the opportunity, maybe not to even play professionally, but to be the professional player and to be a part of that. So go to that website, really look at it, and really consider of sowing a seed into young people's lives. My mind goes back, Niko, to a story that everybody's heard a million times, but a grandpa and his grandson walking down the beach, and there was a bunch of starfish laying on the ocean, and millions of them. And he just picked up one and threw in. The granddad said, "Come on, let's go. You're not going to make a difference." And he said, "But to that one, I made a difference." So today, we want you to consider making a difference to just one, whatever that would be. And so, Niko, you are truly doing that. You've inspired us. You've inspired people that you will never meet, and we just want to thank you for your heart. Again, that we see your passion wherever you're at, and that's really refreshing. So thank you for your contribution and for starting such a great organization as Do Good Things Inc. Are there any other aspects of Do Good Things Inc. that maybe the listeners need to know that we haven't already talked about today?
I don't think so. We're just planning to keep going, and just do more and growing. And that's the biggest thing, just the growth in it.
So dream really big and tell us what is one of the biggest things you would love to see your nonprofit do.
Say it again.
I said, dream really big and tell me something that you really want to see your nonprofit grow into.
Since I've been in Michigan, for some reason, I've been so inspired by this water.
Mm-hmm.
And I spend most of my time in Michigan or Georgia, right? Mm-hmm. And so, one of the things I want to do is get to the point where we have the finances to actually donate the purifiers. So either the purifiers that go on the faucet that can purify the water, or we can literally give the containers like it's like a pitcher, and be able to start where, okay, bottled waters, run out.
Wow.
At a certain point in time. But if I'm able to get enough purifiers that I can stick on the faucet, because I have them here in my house, I can stick on the faucet. That'll go way longer than the bottles of water, and then take a step forward where I can be able to get a couple of things. Okay, here is a whole an entire house purification system. And I know how important that is, and people don't understand until you deal with a skin problem. Like, I have an issue with hard water. Mm-hmm. So once hard water hits my body, I itch. And you itch for so long that it's almost like a suffering. I'm tired of itching, right? And so I can only imagine what the people in Michigan, what that would do for someone's house if we're able to donate a whole unit that would purify not just one faucet, but your entire house. Where now showering is safe, drinking water is safe. You don't have to worry about anything. Your entire house is the best water that you could possibly get. And so that's a goal. That's a goal for me, is to try to get build my way up to that for Michigan. And then, like I said, as I continue to go to different places and I'm in a place in a long enough time, I'll start to understand the problems that are going on, because there's something going on everywhere.
Yeah.
And then people will come to me and hey, this is something that I think that we're pretty good at, and let's try to take care of this. If it's back to school, I'm very into back to school. I did a back to school giveaway or drive for the kids starting the second semester of their school, which was a great success. And so things like that, schooling,
Yeah.
if it's the athletics, if it's the water, wherever the need that it tells me in my heart that
Yeah.
we should give back here. That's what I'm really trying to do. But that water situation has been on my list to try to
Yeah.
do that.
It sounds like you found your niche and you really found something that's close to your heart. And it's that water thing in Flint, Michigan. And so, who knows? Who knows what kind of connection? Maybe somebody listening to our podcast or reading our magazine hears your story, and maybe somebody owns a company that builds water systems. We don't know.
Yeah,
And so the thing is that we have a dream. We want to fulfill that dream and just speak those things out into existence and believe that it's going to happen.
that's
Well,
right.
Niko, as we get ready to wrap things up, do you have any closing words of advice or encouragement that you would like to give the Inspire listeners today?
There is, and I'm gonna keep it short. Like I said earlier, thing that you will have rough patches, and that's the game changer. That's your turning point.
Hmm.
You're okay. So that's not a give up. That's not a it's too hard. That's your turning point. And so it could be raining, but understand once you make that turn, it's the sunshine is right after that turn.
Wow.
So don't just give up when whatever you're doing, you have to keep going. So that would be my little 2 cents. Because it's worked for me no matter what I'm doing, because not just baseball, but just life.
Yeah.
The tough times you go through, whatever you're dealing with, it doesn't rain forever. So continue to push, continue to pray. Things will be fine.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Niko. Well, here at the Inspire Collective podcast, we've been talking with Niko Goodrum with the Detroit Tigers and a passion for the city of Flint of making sure that they have water, and a great foundation, Do Good Things, Inc. We want to make sure that you really follow him. Again, be looking for him in our magazine. There'll be several pages talking about his organization, and we really want you to plug into something that's bigger than you. And we think this would be a great opportunity for you to do so. So, Niko, it has been a pleasure of seeing you and seeing you now as an adult and a grown man from the time I saw you as a teenager. It's an honor. It really is. The pleasure has been incredible for me to be able to interview you and to share with all of our viewers and listeners at the Inspire Collective podcast of what you're doing and how you're impacting the world. So thank you for taking time out of your busy life and crazy season to be with us and to share with those that maybe you'll never meet, but people that are watching you. Thank you for being with us today.
There's no problem.
We hope this conversation with Niko Goodrum has left you feeling motivated and inspired. For more content, you can sign up for the Inspire Collective magazine and get your first year subscription absolutely free. For more on this offer, visit us at inspirecollective.com. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next week for more of the Inspire Collective podcast.